Then, so just settling yourself into sitting, whichever position feels comfortable for you. Try and really lift yourself out of the hips if you're feeling a little bit tight there. And let's just take a moment, feel equal weight on the sitting bones. And feel that you're trying to lift and lengthen out of the hips and out through the top of the head. Just relax the shoulders, let them drop away down the back. Avoid pushing the rib cage forward, so just gently connecting the rib cage into the body, finding your neutral spine. And as I said, we're just going to use our band to focus on breathing. So taking your band as flat as you can and wrapping it around behind you. So it comes around the back of your rib cage, roughly the same length either end, and crossing over at the front. So it comes underneath the bust. Crossing over around the rib cage and just holding on. You could tie it around you if you want to, so that you can relax the hands. But if you don't mind just holding on, just gently pull so you can feel the band wrapped around your rib cage. So it's a really great way of just focusing on your lateral breathing and a really great way of just calming the body before we start. So let's take some deep breaths in your own time, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And try and feel that you're expanding the rib cage and gently pressing against the band. So if you can't feel too much happening, you need to focus a little bit more into that deep breath, but also tighten up the band slightly to help to give you feedback. So you want to feel that you gently press against the band as you inhale, and then draw away from the band as you exhale. Try and keep the shoulders relaxed, keeping length through the spine. And really focusing on some nice deep breaths into the sides, the back of the rib cage, so where your band is. Let's just take a couple more breaths like this. Just feel settled, feel calm. Hopefully released a little bit of tension now as we start to move. So just slowly take your band away and you can pop it to one side. And just relaxing the arms down by your side, sitting tall. And continue to focus that breath into the rib cage now as we start to move. So we're going to start with chin tucks. So breathing in again. And as you breathe out, feel that you're tucking the chin in towards you. So slide the chin back and then inhale as you release. Exhale, tuck the chin in towards you and inhale, release. Exhale, tuck the chin in and inhale, release. 3 more. A nice subtle movement, but hopefully feeling it working gently in the back of the neck. Lovely, 1 more. And release. Now taking a breath again. And as you breathe out, we're going to turn the head. Let's look over the right shoulder. A little bit of a stretch here. And now nod the head. So you're looking down towards the floor. And then just travel the eyes along the floor, over to the other side, and coming up to look to the wall on the left. And again, nod, Roll the head all the way over to the right and coming up on that side. And again, nod and roll across. Bring the head up and nod and roll. And up. And just 3 more. Getting this nice gentle movement again through the back of the neck. Last one. Coming over. And now this time, just nod one more time. And then bring your eye line along the floor so you're looking down towards your legs. And now we're just going to come into a little bit of flexion and extension through the neck. So we're in flexion here, stretching out through the back of the neck. Let's take a breath in as you bring the head to neutral and breathing out as you then look up towards the top corner of the room. So just gently opening up the throat and bringing the head and the neck into extension. And breathing in back to neutral and breathing out as you nod again, chin towards the chest. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale looking up. Inhale neutral. Exhale looking down. Inhale up. And exhale up to the ceiling. Inhale neutral. Exhale, nod. One more time coming into the extension. And now just return the head to neutral, eyes forward. And this time as you breathe out, we're just going to tip the head over to one side. So let's go to the right, so we're all going the same way. Drop the ear towards the shoulder and really relax those shoulders away. And just hold it here for a breath. And bringing the head back up when you're ready. And same to the other side as you breathe out. Ear to shoulder might be a little bit tighter on one side. And bringing the head back up when you're ready. Adding to it slightly. Again, tipping the head over to the right. Hold it here and bring the right hand over now. So just onto the side of the head. And just draw the head down a little bit further into that stretch. So really working a nice stretch in the side of the neck. Hold it there for a nice deep breath. And then release, bring the head back up. Same to the other side. So tipping over, ear to shoulder, bringing the left hand over now to the side of the head. Just draw it down a little bit further into that stretch. Deep breath. And breathing out to release. Lovely. Slightly different stretch now. So we're going to sit on our left hand. So just bring it slightly underneath you, so you're sitting on your hand, still sitting nice and tall, lengthened up through the spine. And we're just going to turn the head. We're going to look to the right corner of the room and then nod the head, look down towards the knee, so the right knee. And now bring the right hand up and over onto the back of the head and draw your head down a little bit further into that stretch. A deep nod, stretching out through the back of the neck and the shoulder. Great if you get tension headaches in this area. So hold it for a couple of breaths, this one. And when you're ready, release. Take the hand away, head back to the center, and you can come off that left hand. And now sitting on your right hand underneath you. We're going to turn the head. Look to the left corner of the room. Nod the head, look down towards the knee. And then bringing the left hand over onto the back of the head. So you can draw it down a little bit further into that stretch. Again, nice deep nod, stretching out through the neck, through the shoulder. Couple of deep breaths. And release when you're ready. Taking the hand away, coming off the hand that you're sitting on. And let's just roll those shoulders. So bringing them up and down the back. And again, forward, up and down the back. Forward, up and down. One more in this direction. Forward, up and down. And then try and reverse. So you take the shoulders back, up and forward. Back, up and forward. 2 more, back, up, and forward. 1 more, back, up, and forward. And we're just going to do 1 more in the other direction. So forward, up, and back, just to help set those shoulders down the back and feel open across the chest. We're just going to take the legs out in front if you're not there already. So taking those legs out, and again, this might be where you need to sit on something if you're not already. Flex the feet, pull the toes towards you, so you get a little bit of a stretch up through the back of the legs. If it's uncomfortable, maybe with the legs flat, then just soften the knees slightly if you need to. Maybe roll up a towel to use as a bolster underneath the knees for a little bit of support. We're going to come into some nice rotation for the spine. So coming into a spine twist. So really imagine that you swallowed a big stick and you're kind of anchored to the floor and the ceiling. So you can't round the spine, you can't lean back and move. So you can only rotate through, okay? So we're going to take those arms out. If it feels easier, feel free to have hands across the chest. So about shoulder height with the palms facing down. Feel that you're really lifting and lengthening. You've got that stick running through the center. Let's take a breath. And as you breathe out, we're going to twist round to one side. Try and keep equal weight on the sitting bones and avoid leaning back. Inhale as you return to the center. And exhale as we twist to the opposite side. Inhale to the center. And exhale as we twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Let's do 1 more in each direction. Like you're scanning the room, so head, neck, and spine move together. And back to the center. And if you need to, just rest the arms just for a moment as we change the position. So we're now just going to take the legs out a little bit wider. Again, wherever it feels comfortable. You might need to sit on something again. And again, if you need to, soften the knees slightly to take a little bit of strain out of the hips if you're feeling quite tight. This movement is known as the saw. So it's a combination of your spine twist now, a little bit of rotation, but also some flexion as well. So we're going to think about reaching opposite hand down towards the opposite foot. And think little finger to little toe. Okay, just go as far as you can. So again, we're going to take those arms out, shoulder height, palms down. And we're going to use the breathing, so break it down. So we're going to take a breath. And as we breathe out, we start with a twist, like you did before. So now you're kind of looking over one leg. And now as you inhale, start to reach down, little finger towards little toe. So you need to flex the spine. And now exhale as you restack. And then inhale, come back to the center. Exhale as you twist to the other side. Inhale, reach down and across, little finger to little toe. Exhale again as you restack over the leg. And then inhale back to the center. That's it. Exhale, twist first. Inhale, reach it down and across. Exhale as you restack. And then inhale to the center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach down and across. Exhale, restack. Inhale, center. Lovely. 1 more each side. And inhale to the center. Exhale, float the arms down. You can bring those legs in. And we're going to come onto our side from here. So you will need to grab pillows or blocks. We're going to come into arm openings. So blocks or pillows underneath the head, stacking the legs into our chair position. So roughly finding a right angle here, stacking the hips, knees and ankles on top of one another. So make sure that whatever you're using underneath your head is just lifting you out of the floor and out of the shoulder. So use as many pillows or blocks as you need, really, to make it feel comfortable, so you're not just sinking and hanging into that shoulder. Try and really draw the shoulder underneath you and stack the arms in front of the chest. Avoid this top shoulder rolling in towards the floor, so really send it back so you feel open across the chest. Stacking the legs, lengthening through the waist, so you find a little bit of lift out of the floor in this underside, so you should be flat to the floor. So again, that's where blocks will help to give you that little bit of lift. So we're going to come into arm openings, which is all about rotation through the upper spine. Try and really anchor the legs down, so glue them together, stick them to the floor. Let's take a breath in as we open the top arm and reach to the ceiling. So follow with your head. Exhale as you take it back into rotation. Avoid lifting the legs or twisting back through the pelvis. Inhale as we reach back to the ceiling. And exhale as we close it down. And again, inhale as we reach to the ceiling. And exhale as you take it back. Inhale to the ceiling. And exhale as you close it down. We're going for 6 of these. Inhale to the ceiling. Exhale, rotate back. Legs heavy. Inhale to the ceiling. Exhale, close it down. 3 more. Letting the head, neck and spine move with you. So follow the hand. And just watch that you're not sinking that underside into the floor. Keeping that little bit of lift. Last one when you're ready. And close it down. Well done. We're going to roll onto our front from here. So you can push your blocks, pillows out of the way off to one side. As you just roll it round onto your front. And we're going to do some nice gentle extension, so mobilising the upper spine. So legs can be about hip width apart in parallel. Hands just outside of the mat. So you're in your wide W shape for cobras. Really relax the shoulders, draw them down the back and feel connected. Feel the weight on the front of the pelvis and scooping the tummy in. So let's just come into our cobra prep. So taking a breath. And as you breathe out, brush the nose along the floor. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. And just bringing the chest out of the floor and coming towards the bottom of the rib cage. Eye line down at the mat. Inhale to hold. Exhale as we take it down. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. Brush the nose. Feel that you're lengthening out, reaching out through the feet at the same time. And breathing out as you take it down. So avoid pressing through your hands for this one. Try and really feel that it's coming from the upper spine, those back extensors working. Try and avoid tensing the glutes. Scoop the tummy in, support the lower back. And bring it down with your last one. So now we are going to add to it. So I'm going to demonstrate on my left side first. You can join in if you want to, quite self-explanatory this. So just so you can see me, I'll start on the left side. So again, take a breath, breathing out, brush the nose, lengthen out through the crown of the head, press through this left hand, turn the head, look to the hand and just press away on that left side. So just feel that you're slightly lifting the rib cage and the arms slightly out of the floor. Hold it there as you inhale. Exhale as you bring it all the way back down, returning yourself back to neutral and looking down to the floor. Now on the right side, inhale. Exhale, brush the nose, lengthen out through the crown of the head. Start to look to the right hand as you gently press away on that right side to slightly peel out of the floor. Inhale and exhale as we take it down. One more each side and then we'll add the legs. So inhale, exhale, lengthen to come into cobra. Look to the left hand, gently press against the floor. Inhale, exhale, coming down. So feel that you're lengthening through the spine first, and then gently press through the hand. Don't just let the arm press you up. Feel that it comes from the spine, and then the arm joins in. Lovely. Balance out and bring it back down. So this time again, I'll do it on the left side first so you can see me. We're going to fold the knee on that left side. So again, inhale, exhale, brush the nose, lengthening out, press through that left hand and fold the left knee at the same time. And now think about trying to look back to maybe try and spot your foot behind you. Inhale, exhale, lower it all down to the floor together. And the same on the right. Inhale and exhale, brush the nose, lengthening out, turn to look to the right hand, folding the knee at the same time as you just come out of the floor on that side. Maybe try and spot the foot behind you. Inhale, exhale, taking it down. One more each side. So just a nice gentle movement. Lifting a little bit further on that side. Lovely, and bring it down. Now stay there if that feels a good level. This time we're going to add to it even more. So this is a little bit more challenging, but really great to get a nice stretch. So again, I'll do it on the left side first. So inhale, exhale, brush the nose, lengthening out again, looking to the left hand. Same again, coming out of the floor and folding the knee on that left side. And now try and lift that leg and roll it over to the right. And if you can, try and tap the toe to the floor on that right side. So almost all the way rolled over. And now reverse and bring it all the way back. Leg down, pelvis down, arm down, and head to the floor. Same on the other side. We brush the nose, lengthen out, look to the right hand, gently press, fold the knee, so we come into that nice extension. And now try and peel that leg off the floor, roll it over, tap the toe behind you, and then roll it all the way back. And lower it back into the floor. One more on each side. So don't move too quickly. Slow it down. Roll. Try and tap that toe behind. And then roll it back. Well done. Really good. One more on the other side. And all the way down to the floor. Well done, fantastic. So from here, we're now going to roll onto our opposite side, again for arm openings. So if you want to be facing me, feel free to just flip yourself around, maybe push up from the floor, and then just shuffle yourself around. Or you can just roll over and face the other way, because I'm sure you know what you're doing with arm openings, but feel free to flip around, stacking the legs again into chair, into that nice right angle position. Block some pillows under the head, lifting you out of the shoulder and out of the floor. Push them back a little bit so you don't roll off them as you move. And again, just lengthening, lifting in that underside, stacking the shoulders, open across the chest. Anchor those legs down, stick them to the floor. And same as we did on the other side. So let's inhale, reach to the ceiling. And then exhale, taking the arm back into that nice rotation. Inhale, reach to the ceiling. And exhale, close the arm down in front. And again, inhale, reach to the ceiling, out of the shoulder. Exhale, taking it back, anchor the legs down. Inhale to the ceiling. And exhale to close it down. So number 3, we're going to go for 6 altogether. Letting head, neck and spine move with you. Just avoid rolling back through the pelvis. So stick those legs to the floor. And last one when you're ready. And close it down, finish that last one. Fantastic, and from here we're going to roll onto our back. So again, just take a moment to push your blocks and pillows out of the way, rolling it round into the relaxation position. And if you do want to, do feel free to maybe just place a small thin pillow behind the back of your head. If it does give you a little bit of extra support and just slightly lifts the head out of the floor, you could use that now if you want to. So we're just going to settle the spine into neutral, finding those natural curves. Feet about hip width and parallel. Let's take a couple of deep breaths just to settle. So think about focusing the breath again into the rib cage, like we did right at the start when we were using the band. As you exhale, feel that you draw the back of the rib cage down and relax through the shoulders, feeling the weight on the back of the pelvis and through the back of your head. Just a little bit of centering here to help support us as we start to add some movement. So first off, let's move into leg slides, so opening up the front of the hips. So inhale and exhale, let's slide the right leg away, reach out through the foot, opening up the front of the hip. And inhale as you slide the foot back in. Exhale as you slide the left leg away. And inhale as we slide back in. 4 more. Exhale, slide away. And inhale to slide back in. So just feel a nice reach through the foot, opening up the hip. Try and avoid disturbing the spine, so maintain neutral as best you can. And back in. We're going to repeat the leg slides, but now add the arm as well. So this is known as starfish. So opposite leg and arm. So again, inhale. As you exhale, let's slide the right leg and float the left arm back over the head. And just watch that as you float the arm that you're not lifting through the rib cage. Inhale as you float the arm and slide the leg back in. And exhale with the opposite side. Again, avoid lifting through the rib cage. Inhale to come back in, and 4 more. Exhale, slide and float the arm, and inhale back in. So again, just try and avoid disturbing the spine. Mobilising in the hip and in the shoulder. And balancing out. We're going to do it one more time, another set of 6. This time you're going to add a turn of the head. So the head is going to turn away from the arm that you are floating back over your head. So a bit more coordination, I'm afraid. So inhale, exhale, slide the right leg, left arm, and turn the head to the right, so away from the left arm. And then inhale, as we bring the head back to the center, float the arm down and slide the leg back in. Exhale with the opposite side, turning the head away from the arm. Lovely. And inhale as we come back in. And 4 more. Exhale, slide, float, and turn the head. And inhale as we come all back in. Exhale. And balancing out, bringing it all back to the center, finishing your last one. Returning yourself into neutral. Just making sure that the feet aren't too far away from you now as we come into spine curls. So we'll start with just one standard spine curl and then we'll add a little bit of movement through arms. So let's inhale to prepare. Exhale as you gently tilt through the pelvis. Feel the lower back slightly imprint the floor. Continue to tilt the pelvis and peel the spine away from the floor. So peeling away, lifting through the hips, standing into the feet. Avoid pushing up through the rib cage. Take a breath in at the top. And breathing out as we work it down, bone by bone. Returning the spine and the pelvis all the way back to neutral. So this time we're going to add the arms. So take them a little bit wider. And what we're going to do, I might demonstrate this quickly because we haven't done it before. So do feel free to watch me just for a second. So we're going to come into spine curl. At the same time, you're going to float one arm off the floor and reach it back on a diagonal. So you think about reaching to the opposite corner of the room, over your opposite corner of your mat on the floor, reaching the arm over the head and then bringing it all the way back down. Okay, so reaching over on a diagonal. So arms out slightly to start. Inhale. Exhale, gently tilt through the pelvis, start to peel off the floor, float one arm with you, start to reach it back and across, over to the opposite corner of the room. Inhale, and exhale, roll it down and start to float the arm back down with you at the same time, all the way back to neutral. The same on the other side. Inhale, exhale, tilt through the pelvis, peeling off the floor, floating the opposite arm up and over, reaching towards the corner of the mat over the head. Inhale. And exhale, bring it down. So let the head move with you. You're trying to almost look to that top corner of the mat as well. So bringing ourselves into a little bit more extension as we float the arm over. Don't worry if you can't quite reach, just go as far as you can. Let's do one more on each side just to balance it out. And down to the floor, returning yourself into neutral, arms resting back down by your side. So now we're going to come into some nice movements through the lower half of the body and come into some hip rolls. We did these last week if you were in the class. So we're going to bring the feet and the knees together, connecting for hip rolls, taking the arms out a little bit wider again, palms facing up towards the ceiling. So you can relax the shoulders, make sure the arms are below shoulder height, not above, because that's harder to draw down through the rib cage. So just settling the spine into neutral, connecting feet, knees and inner thighs. So first off, let's just come into our classical hip roll. So inhale and exhale, lifting the left side of the pelvis to start rolling hips and knees over to the right. Keeping the legs together and the feet stacked and keeping equal weight on the shoulders. Inhale as we return to the center. Equal weight on the back of the pelvis. And then exhale, lifting the right side of the pelvis to roll to the left. And again, inhale, returning to the center. Exhale over to the other side. We're going to hold it here now in your roll. Extend the top leg out if you've got enough space, hopefully. So extend that top leg out and almost let the weight of the leg just take you down a little bit further into that roll. And now keeping the leg extended and legs together, return yourself all the way back to the center. So we roll it back with the leg extended and then we take the foot back to the floor. Okay, over to the other side. So we roll on the exhale. Inhale now as you extend that top leg out and just let the weight of the leg draw it down a little bit further into the roll. And then exhale now as you roll it all back to the center with the leg extended. Inhale, take the foot down. Exhale again as we roll to the other side. Inhale as you extend the leg out. Let yourself roll a little bit further. And then exhale, bringing it back to the center. Inhale, lower the foot down. One more time. Exhale, roll. Inhale, extend the leg. And then exhale, roll it back to the center. Inhale, lower the foot. And just exhale as you relax, letting the arms come back down alongside you and returning the feet about hip width and parallel. So coming into a nice little glute stretch now. So bringing your right ankle to rest onto your left knee. So crossing that foot over the left knee. So if this is enough, you could stay here, keep the foot on the floor, and maybe just press that knee away from you using your hands. That might be enough. Or if you can, bring your left foot off the floor, draw the leg towards you, and you can use your hands or maybe a band around the back of the leg. So you can just draw it in towards you to increase the stretch. You're going to feel it in the hip and feel it in the glutes. We're going to hold it here. So big group of muscles. So just take a nice deep breath into the stretch as we hold. And now, whichever side you want to go first, I'm just going to gently roll slightly to the right. You don't want to go too far, holding the stretch, and just gently roll to that right side, not too far that you roll off the floor. And then bring it back to the center, and then roll it over to the other side. So there'll be a point where you feel you're going to roll too far, so don't go over too far onto that side. And then bring it back to the center. Release the leg and lower it down, feet to the floor, and let's change sides. So left ankle resting onto the right knee. Again, if that's enough, just hold it there, press the knee away from you if that's enough. Or peeling the foot off the floor, drawing it in towards you, using your hands or maybe a band behind the back of the leg as you draw it in towards you. So just feeling the stretch, taking a couple of breaths. And then just gently rolling. I'm going to go to the left first this time. So just gently roll it slightly to that left side. Bring it back to the center. And now gently roll it across to the opposite side. Bring it back to the center. Release, foot down. And now let's just hug those knees in towards the chest. Place your hands around the back of the legs as you hug them in. Just hold it there for a moment. Take a deep breath. And now as you breathe out, if you can, extend both legs up towards the ceiling, either using your hands to hold on around the back of the legs, or grab yourself a band to wrap around the legs and hold on to them that way if you prefer. So we're just stretching out through the back of the hamstrings here. So extending as much as you can. If it gets too much, just soften the knees slightly and then come back into it if you can. Let's just take a couple of breaths again, holding the stretch. And now just flex the feet, pull the toes down towards you, and then point the toes away. Flex the feet, and then point the toes away. So now a little bit of a stretch in the calf as well. Pointing away, flex, point, flex, point. One more time, flex, and point. And now lower those legs down again, just hug them in towards you. Have a little bit of a rock and roll, forward and back and side to side. Massaging that lower spine into the mat. Maybe do a little circular movement to really feel that you're just releasing. Massaging the spine into the floor. Go in either direction. And then when you're ready, just release the legs, take the feet to the floor, settling back into neutral. And now let's just take a moment to focus on our lateral breathing again. So a nice way again, just to release and calm the body. So if you do want to, feel free to place your hands just around the rib cage so you can focus on where that breath is going in your own time. Taking some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Expanding the breath into the rib cage. Just letting yourself settle. And from here now, feel free to just find a comfortable position. And if you want to, you can grab your pillows, blankets if you want to. Either staying on the floor, rolling onto your side, sitting yourself up, or maybe even coming onto a chair if you want to. And just taking a moment to find whichever position feels comfortable for you. So you could always prop yourself up in sitting, lots of pillows. We'll do the same in lying. Let's just take a moment to settle. And now with your breathing, think about taking the breath right down into the belly now. So some nice deep breaths. Long, slow, deep breaths. Breathing in fully and exhaling slowly. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel your stomach expand on an inhale and relax and let go as you exhale. Try and let go of any noises around you. Bringing your focus from outside to inside yourself. If you do notice any sounds in the room, just start to bring your awareness back to your breathing. Just focus on the natural rhythm, the natural rising and falling of your breath. Now slowly bring your attention down to your feet. Soften the soles and uncurl the toes. Soften your ankles and your calves. Soften your knees. Soften your thighs. Releasing And allowing your hips to open. And allowing the small of your back to open and release. Feel and enjoy the length of your spine, but let it go. Take your awareness now to your hands. Stretch your fingers away from your palms. Just feel the center of your palms open and release. And just allow the fingers to curl and the palms to soften. Allow your elbows to open and allow the front of your shoulders to soften. With each out breath, allow your shoulder blades to widen. Allow your breastbone to soften. And allow your neck to release. Check that you're not holding any tension in your jaw. It should be loose and free. Allowing your tongue to just widen at its base and rest comfortably at the bottom of your mouth. Your lips are softly closed. Your eyes are softly closed. Enjoy the soft darkness. Your forehead is wide and smooth. Your face feels soft. Your body soft and warm. Allow your body to sink into the pillows or the chair supporting you. And just observe your breathing. Breathing naturally and full. When you're ready, just slowly start to move through your fingers, through your toes. And just slowly start to move yourself out of your relaxation, bringing yourself up and out of the floor when you're ready. And well done. Thank you very much as always. Hope you feel calm and ready for the rest of your weekend.